Hey, how we doing? Welcome to Geeks and Gamers Play, and the new Star Wars Jedi Survivor game is just around the corner, and as ahead of its release, it got some early reviews, and they were overwhelmingly positive, which is pretty wild because EA themselves isn't even hiding that this game is unfinished. They've come out and said this: EA is planning weeks of Star Wars Jedi Survivor patches to fix bugs and performance issues. Weeks of updates. And you're telling me this game is a 5 out of 5 when they've already got weeks of updates planned to fix this game. This game is not ready for launch, and that's despite a delay for polishing. The game looks set to launch with, quote, a significant number of issues, and this game still managed to receive 5 out of 5 on this particular website and very high reviews across the board. Look, I never played the first one in this series. I was well and truly done with Star Wars by the time that game dropped, and, you know, the whole making Vader incapable of killing a basic bitch Jedi like him. You know, there's so many reasons why I was not interested. However, EA is not hiding that this game isn't finished. Now, if this game's going to take weeks of patches to be up to launch standard, most people that buy the game will be finished with the game before it's, well, finished. Isn't that ironic? So Electronic Arts has said that it's planning to address Star Wars Jedi Survivor bugs and performance issues with a series of post-release patches. Following a 6-week delay designed to achieve a level of polish our fans deserve, the Respawn-developed sequel will release on April 28th. So, the level of polish that the fans deserve is apparently weeks of updates to get it to that standard after launch. Ahead of its rival on Friday, the game has been reviewed largely well, garnering a score of 87 and 86 and 81 for Xbox, PS5 and PC on Metacritic. So, yeah, not too bad at all, really. It looks like the lowest one's on PC, so I guess that's where most of these issues are. However, many critics also highlighted performance issues that marred their experience, and some suggested fans might be better waiting until these have been addressed before playing the game. Well, EA said that's going to take weeks to do. So shortly after the reviews dropped on Wednesday, EA said that the game's first patch will arrive on launch day for all platforms. You know, day one patch, it's kind of stock standard these days. No real fucking crazy shit there anymore, unfortunately. But to say that it's going to need weeks of updates, yeesh. And in the weeks ahead, it's planning to release patches that will fix bugs, improve performance, and introduce more accessibility features. One of these features is you can turn off spiders. If you're like some type of fucking pussy that's scared of spiders in video games, you can now turn that off. I wonder how they would go playing Skyrim or some shit like that. So in the game's opening area, the frame rate, even in the game's performance mode, was worrying inconsistent. Screen tearing was a regular occurrence, and a level of detail pop-in was a regular issue. The game also seemed to struggle to load in certain areas, forcing us to wait at the door of the saloon while it struggled to populate the interior. Koba, and its large open play space seemed to be the issue, as is the more linear levels. The game ran extremely well. The quality mode is supposed to trade 60 frames experience for 30 frames and improve visuals, but considering that the game performs poorly in the open spaces even on performance, we'd recommend playing on quality mode to fully take advantage of the excellent visuals, and still manage to get a perfect score. I'll add that at the end. So VGC tested the game on PS5 for this review, so all these issues were on PS5, which labeled the sequel to Star Wars at its very best. It concluded, the performance issues we encountered were disappointing, but didn't dampen the excitement for exploring the galaxy with some of the best characters of the Disney era. Holy fucking shit, what a way to end the review. Look, the thing with this is, the game's not fucking finished. When they've come out and said that they're gonna do weeks of patches for bugs, frame rate issues, inconsistencies with the game, accessibility features, improved performance, and yet it's launching to what they're saying is the acceptable standard for their fan base. So I think this is pretty wild, and I gotta give it to EA. They've managed to get to a stage where they can just openly admit that their game isn't unfinished, and they can still sell it. So you tell me how you feel about this in the comment section down below. Be sure to subscribe to Geeks and Gamers Play and check out geeksandgamers.com, and I'll see you all in the next video.